crew, long way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
Eric, he's gonna sneeze. And we are back with The Flash, where last time we wrapped up everything. We're done. I don't know why we're here. See ya. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're not done?
Sorry.
There's still more season, but I don't know what we're doing now.
We've wrapped up Red Death. We've wrapped up, Joe.
We didn't wrap up the pregnancy.
Did we got a pregnancy?
Well, no, see, like, that's the thing. Like, you end with that because you know Nora's gonna be there in the future, right? We had Chester and Allegra get together, so that part's done. Everything's taken care of, right? Where are we going? What's next?
What's next is we're gonna talk about what just happened. There's a poll here.
Oh, okay.
The poll was Red Death. Did it do it for you?
85%
say it did not do it for me.
Wow.
That's a large amount.
Yeah, I get it.
Speedy Cat, though, says it weirdly did. It was so over the top that it worked. Speedy Cat's in.
I mean, I like the fight and stuff. I just feel like you could have done a little more maybe for it. I don't know.
Billy B says, I'm a simple man. If Grodd appears, then I'm happy. Also, that was a pretty cool speedster fight.
It was.
I agree.
I think the best speedster fight. One of the better ones, for sure.
One of the best.
Cab says Red Death was an arc I was interested in. The Chester Allegra thing, LOL. Okay, arc, they need to keep the villains in Central City, not just worldwide. Or not worldwide. I guess it was, technically Red Death was worldwide. We had a couple shots of them with some like beeps on the monitor being like, yep, all over the world. But again,
yeah, and then Batwoman came.
Not show. Yeah,
that's the one thing I don't get because I thought that she was missing and then she just showed up and they didn't say
anything.
They didn't really do anything with that.
Dante says I feel like Rick would really have enjoyed it. That's all I have to say about that.
I don't think he would have.
Depends.
I don't know. I feel
Depends how much hope he had.
I have a hope
going in.
Oh.
Yeah. I think at this point he would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. I have a good grasp on what Rick likes, and I don't think this is at that level.
No.
We'll end with William Tanner, who says, best speedster fight they've had in seasons, much improvement over the last couple seasons.
I do agree with that. I thought the fight, the shield, the batarang throwing things, like all those elements, I thought it was
very
really
creative.
Fun and great.
Yeah, I mean, Godspeed, like putties around the city, like going, you know, that wasn't.
But they were just fighting each other?
Yeah, I get you.
It's just, I think the villain of Red Death, I guess I wish that Ryan, or not Ryan, would have been shown more, because I liked when it was her face.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was more emotion, and I could understand what was going on more. But,
yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not as intimidating, though, whenever she's only like 5 foot even against all of these 7 foot tall guys.
Sure. What I did like, though, is when he took off his head, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Gosh, shit!
Even shorter.
That's scary. Great.
All right, well, let's see what this new arc has in store for us.
New arc.
My name is Becky Sharp, and I'm the luckiest woman alive. You've heard of metahumans, right? Well, I'm one of them, which means me and Lady Luck are BFFs. And yes, my powers did used to hurt people, but not anymore. Not since I survived a little crisis.
Oh, no!
My luck suddenly ran out.
He died?
I'm the happiest I've ever been.
His hair, it's beautiful.
My BFF luck is like TTYL, Becky.
Was she choking now?
Emoji.
It's like, did it shoot into her mouth?
The universe is out to punish me.
This is like taking me out shopping, man.
What?
Freeze! Hands in the air! No, I am not gonna miss my train. It's at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be there. I will see you tonight.
I'm sure Barry would help if he did.
Okay.
He's on a taxi service, Aaron.
Hey, not too much of a blast, though. Remember, you're zooping for 3, now that Iris is pregnant.
No.
We've adopted a no zooping policy during the pregnancy.
The drive to Coast City's.
I like her hair.
No zooming.
I like the curl.
I like the red hair for it, too.
I'm gonna get you a congratulatory sapling.
Hey, wait.
A sapling.
Acknowledge your new powers. Khione was the first person to know about Iris's pregnancy. I mean, not even Iris. And now she's able to predict an early spring. Look,
she's a groundhog.
I think someone's setting her up.
Joe used to have those feelings all the time. He was never wrong.
Ever?
Let's just start with the facts. Does Dominic have any enemies?
Just Derry.
Everything is going to be fine. I promise.
I'm not so sure about that. They just found the weapon. Things just got a lot worse.
What was it?
Her shoe?
The broken shoe? Or is that another shoe that just broke?
Seriously?
Oh, that's not circumstantial.
So you think the person that attacked him did leave something behind and that you can find it?
Yep, that's the idea. Close curtains, on it.
EVs.
Oh, that makes sense.
Huh. Curtain.
Weapons for power.
Yeah, I like this.
We talked about it last episode, right?
The X-ray vision last episode, yeah.
Well, there is someone who gambles and who's here a lot, but he could never have done this.
Why not?
Because he's my future brother-in-law.
Oh.
Any idea why this would be in Dom's apartment?
Tony. You just got real anxious all of a sudden. If this means something, you need to fill us in.
I'm so sorry, Becky.
He owes money, doesn't he?
Dom was a gambler?
He was the gambler. The only thing missing was a roasted chicken.
Gambler.
No.
Unless
Dom
it is
wouldn't hide something like that from me.
the actual
He
gambler.
made me promise.
Okay.
No
ducks.
That's what we're missing.
No. Eric.
That's what we're missing. That's what they couldn't find.
You could have his
The
face.
ultimate clue.
The duck hit him in the head.
It's out of its case. What are you following?
You gotta oxygenate it.
Any idea where this came from?
The people who put him in a coma.
Shaughnessy's bar.
Everything is in that bar.
What? High stakes casino in there.
Yep.
Huh.
I missed my call back from Joe and Jenna. What am I gonna do, Allegra? I've got less than 2 hours to make this train. Hang on, I'm sorry. I just have to
What
make a call.
train?
It's gonna be okay.
luck,
Just
she's not
give
gonna
me a
make
second. No, it's all my fault.
Barry.
I'm so sorry. Just
Barry.
trust me. It's entirely my fault.
Angry Boys.
Now back off before I make you back off.
Be careful of the alcohol.
What if they just
Such an expensive self-defense move.
They just shot you right now.
Cecile?
Bad luck.
You were saying?
Your power's not working either?
Well, I think she's trying to be disguised.
You're embarrassing yourself.
If you insist.
Why'd you think I was a gun?
That motherfucker stood there.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to hurt the girl. Lady Luck, Becky.
Nice.
Get out of there!
Say what?
And my biometrics regulated. I woke up. It was a miracle. But not the cosmic karma kind. It was you, Khione. And so that means you must have some kind of meta abilities.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I
She didn't see the stuff leave her mouth going him.
You're gonna want to have your feet approximately shoulder width apart. Line up with your target. Lean in. Breathe. And fire.
Yeah, but she's not one to hurt people. She's like the power of life.
Maybe just try focusing harder this time.
Ice blast, activate.
They're trying to shoot something they don't know they have.
I'm both amazed that they tried this in the first place, and they keep trying.
I just want her to hug the mannequin.
Whoever Dom owes money to, they might have left a digital trail somewhere in here. So if I can just find one thing that can help us, maybe we can close this case.
What about this way? Oh, those are your only copies, aren't they?
Clean it up!
Hey, Becky,
Don't
there's
let
some
it
paper
soak.
towels in the break room just down the hall. Do you mind?
I do need the case. I don't want to spill anything. But,
Oh!
Be there by lunch, easy peasy.
No, it's
It's not easy peasy. I can't. I'm gonna miss Jenna's breakfast in the morning. It's her birthday breakfast. I make it every year.
Poof! Smoke! Wherever you want to be.
You just never should have proposed to me. I've always.
The ring.
I'm just finally getting what I deserve.
Maybe the ring sucks out her good luck so that he could win at gambling.
No.
What does that have to do with a duck?
Nothing. The duck's not important.
Gambler.
Just like the last time I told you.
Hey, let her go.
What was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, hit him with that.
Thank God they just stand there and do nothing.
No. What?
Oh, don't get that in your eyes, so I'll be careful.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Nothing. I just wanted you to wake up. It was nothing, really.
Except it is. Look, I'm sorry, but next time maybe try smelling salts or blaring Metallica, anything.
Is that how you wake up, Eric?
Slowly wake up.
Did you know I was in love with her?
Everyone does.
And I never got to tell her, and now it's too late.
I know she's gone, but those memories, they're still there. And they are a beautiful part of what's inside of you.
I like that metaphor.
Hey, it's snowing.
Maybe it's mixing
Those
his
two
powers.
together?
He doesn't have powers. He has to take the deck.
He does.
Eric, shut up. You brought out a duck.
That makes more sense than him having actual powers.
You acted his tech. I don't know.
She just said there's more frost inside of him. It's
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, frost in him, Eric. Duh. He breathed in frost.
Well, it turns out this crystal is a dark matter refractor. Yeah, it uses an asymmetric matrix to reverse any meta ability it comes in contact with. And that's why it deflected Allegra's light blast.
This still doesn't explain why Becky's luck powers are being reversed 24/7.
Yeah, if these matrix things only work once, someone would have to follow her around with a new crystal all the time.
Her engagement ring. Tony, yes, Chester. So I'm gonna ask you to do something that is like a little bit shady, but Tony's bank records, they would be confidential.
Got him.
Yes.
That was quick.
Jasper Holstein. This guy's broke as a joke.
Whoa, that is way more than broke. Every account he's tied to is in the negative.
Looks like the last check that cleared was
Is he even in a coma?
He would need like a ton of money and fast. And kind of like hitting the jackpot at casino night. Allegra, come on, it was right in front of us. Okay,
And now he's gonna use it to get rich.
not on our watch.
Okay.
I told Dom one way or another you'd be helping me out. You should have never tried to stop me.
Man. He helped him get the ring too, because he said about that, right? Look at the food!
Oh, those
Is that
wings
lasagna?
look so good.
Is it lasagna and wings and giant shrimp?
You better have that diversion ready.
Actually, why don't you both follow me to the buffet table?
Oh, it's the greatest threat I've ever heard.
Go to the buffet table.
Right. I'll do it.
Eat another wing!
Just know I don't want to!
I'd eat if I were you. Could be your last meal.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah.
No.
There's
What? Not a fan of buffet chicken wings?
He won't stop. Ooh.
Eat
Oh,
this.
I love that facial shot.
Grab everything, run! The duck, I see it! It was dark, but I saw it. Did you see it?
No,
I saw it.
There was no duck.
There's a duck.
Never bet against a superwoman.
Luck, be a lady.
Shoot him! Shoot the ball!
Click.
Oh,
jeez.
you lose a hand.
Oh.
Now down the other side too.
Now the buffet table!
Oh no, the wings!
Look at those shrimp. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Cheers.
That guy's just laying the pile of food.
I like the...
He wanted them to have a buffet so bad.
Yeah, I know. He got it.
Houston, we have a banner.
Oh, that
So
is...
most of my stuff is unpacked. Do you want to come?
The excess colors, that's great.
They're here.
They're coming. Hide! Hide!
Nora will be here in a flash. No, be here.
Surprise!
Oh. Guys.
You guys.
This is...
Come here.
It's literally too much. It's a lot of
I'm just kidding. It's fine. Yeah.
So what's so important it couldn't wait? They can't be. There's no dark matter or cold fusion traces. Chester, there has to be a mistake.
All natural.
She made it snow indoors.
She's just not a meta.
No, she's not. That's not all. Khione's genetic code is missing 55 of 56 common biometric signatures.
What?
Means you're not a meta like Frost.
But you're not human like Caitlin either.
Well, then what am I?
What am I? An alien!
Why would she be an alien?
I don't know what that noise.
I guess there was no duck.
There's no duck, Eric. I told you there's no duck.
Duck off.
It was just a normal flash.
There wasn't even Flash in this episode. Get rid of that
He was
too.
in the beginning and the end. It was one of those episodes
He wasn't
where...
even Flash. He was Barry.
You don't know, he might have been the Flash somewhere else.
They showed up for 3 hours of work that week.
Well, sure, yeah. It felt like one of those things where it's like, hey, they gotta be
Yeah.
gone, so we're gonna make an episode about them.
Well, it's the Ides of March. All
Also-
the bad luck happened today.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I loved the buffet obsessed henchman. He was so...
Gonna join me at the buffet?
Man, I would love to play that part.
Could be your last. What, you don't like buffet chicken wings?
Yeah, we'll be like, come on, have some wings. Like, oh, it's so funny. And then he was taken out by going into what he loved the most, you know? He had such an arc with that buffet.
Dude,
he just laying in food at the end.
Oh, just eating.
He stood there doubled over that entire time from being mead, for them going up, taking the ring, gun blowing up in the hand, the guy falling down the steps, falling down the steps again into that guy. He didn't move anywhere.
Nope.
Are you saying that if you got kneed in the balls that hard to where they cracked, you would not be standing hunched over for that long either?
I'd be leaving to the hospital.
Would you? Would you actually be able to walk?
No, I'd already be on the ground probably. He was like this, just like this. I'd have been like, oh, you know, like.
Yep.
I feel like I've had less things where I'm like, I'm not standing here for this damage. But I love that he got crashed in the buffet table though. It's pretty poetic, I guess.
That was the part I liked.
That was the part.
The cracked nuts to go with the nuts on the
I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on with Khione.
Sure, I don't know why.
Missing biometric signatures and not human and not meta and I don't know.
A god. An alien.
Hey, which we looked up. Khione is a Greek goddess, right?
Sure.
Or something. So yeah, maybe she is a little goddess.
So like, they messed up their like revival spell so hard they summoned a god.
Maybe.
How epic.
But she's a good god. She seems nice. She cares. That's why she can give life.
True.
That's why she can make it snow.
Now, I do like this acting portrayal from Danielle Panabaker, right? Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, it's so not like Caitlin or Frost, and
Sure.
it seems like she's actually having fun and enjoying this role and actually gets to be happy. So I still love watching her be in this role.
Yeah.
So I don't care what they're doing with Khione.
I
love it.
legitimately like seeing Mark smile at the end there when they were doing stuff. I'm like, yay, good for you, buddy. Now just quit being sad all the time.
I love the metaphor that Khione had with even after the river was gone, these beautiful flowers still were able to bloom.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, I love it. I just love everything that she says and just everything that she's doing right now. I like Khione.
Sure. I'm trying to think about Caitlin and how things went, because like I feel like she was sad for a long time after.
Which, Ronnie?
Every love interest that she's ever had either died or betrayed.
I feel like she's been sad a lot because of all that. So,
She's been sad since season 1, yes.
I don't want to be hating on Mark because of him being sad that he's lost someone that he loved or cared about, but I get what you mean. Like, I need elements of his character that aren't just defined by that and defined by other things. While like he can still be sad and upset about it. I need moments when he's not too.
However, it's still a recent loss.
Yeah, I just don't know how to get to that part.
Like, he's still in mourning. It hasn't been that long.
Sure, but there's those times too where like you go up to someone, you're like, hey, how's it going? You don't want them to say like, well, my house burned down and my grandma died and I kicked my dog by accident and now his leg's broken. It's like, I was just hoping you'd say it's okay.
I wasn't looking for a conversation. I was just being Midwestern.
I was trying to be kind of nice. I just wanted to be like, oh, it's all right.
And the Midwest is just a greeting. We don't want
I
an
want
answer.
my congratulations sapling. I want to move on.
Congratulations, sapling.
So Lady Luck died, but Crisis brought her back.
She was so lucky she survived Crisis.
She died. Was that season 4?
What?
I'm trying to think when Becky was around.
I don't know. Does it change anything?
Well, I'm trying to remember when she died. Do you remember it at all?
Or how she died?
I don't even remember her dying.
I want to say it was Chair Dude.
The Thinker?
Fans last saw her season 4 as one of the bus metas. Yeah, okay. So and he killed all the bus metas, I think, right? So yeah.
Absorbed them, right?
Gotcha.
Is that what he did?
I was just trying to remember. Because then there was like, what, season 6 was Crisis.
I like to think that in the writer's room they forgot that. Like, wait, didn't she die? Yeah. Crisis. they just keep putting Crisis on everything to fix everything.
This time they just labeled it from her, right?
Yeah. Crisis.
I survived a crisis.
Yeah.
So Dom was never a gambler then. It was just the brother lying.
It was
everything.
Tony, yes. Dom, in fact, said, you will never use her for your gambling ways, and that's why I killed her.
The only thing I don't fully get, and I understand Melanie too with it, was like, I get that Tony was there.
Yep.
He had his goons with the guns.
He did.
And they were blocking the steps. But like, why was there the table up there, and whoever was running the whole thing, like that's who he was getting money from, right?
Yep.
It was the guy who was running everything.
Yep.
No one cared. No one went up there to investigate. It just, I guess he just trusted the bodyguards to be like, everything good?
I
Yeah,
guess
they're all
he
good.
was lucky, right? So he had all the luck, so he was able to bypass any
Well,
type
he had
of
no
rules.
luck. She had bad luck.
Yeah.
So he was winning and capitalizing on that.
Gotcha.
And also, generally, like, underground secret gambling, which this was, right?
Right.
At the bar that everybody goes to. But it's a high-stakes game that's hosted there, but it's not
Yeah,
supposed
they
to.
do it twice a year.
Yeah, they do it twice a year.
So I don't know if it's underground. I think it's open.
Okay.
So I think it's like an event they have.
Sure.
But even still, like...
How was there his own personal goon
Yeah,
with
I
this
figure...
employee that's not even employed by them?
I figure he must have paid them, and they were just like also being paid by the guy who was running it, and he just everything going good, and he like looked up the steps but couldn't see anything. But that was the only thing that I'm like, it's weird that no one else is up here. It's only one guy up there, all alone. That was the only thing that was
And
weird.
it's his own personal goon.
Wait, I think it was his goons, but I think he was paying his goons that were being paid by them as bodyguards. It's like in Ocean's 11, right, where they get their own dude to be a dealer. It's like, sure, it's their guy, but he's also hired by them, kind of thing. I don't know if the dark matter refractor thing will come back in play. We had mentioned Goldface and him having like some kind of weapon things that can bounce back meta energy, I guess, is how it works, right?
Yeah, like, it like worked like almost like a warding or something though. It was like, you know, like I was trying to think, what do you use it like a dodgeball to, hit other dodgeballs out of the way. But no, it just like he kind of put it out there and just did stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he activated it. Do you have to do it at a certain time?
I think it has to.
It has an area of effect.
Yeah.
And
I don't know exactly.
I thought it was more like what's the thing that shuts off all the power with the button?
Like an EMP.
EMP, yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, what are the letters? It starts with the E.
Gotcha.
But I thought it was more set up like that. But I don't think
he
so.
held it up like a shield. I'm assuming like it has to get hit with like meta energy, and then it just sends it back to where it came from, right? Because they said it's a one-time
Refractor.
use, and I'm assuming that the reason the ring kept working is that her luck isn't necessarily like a
force of power. It's just like a general.
Yeah, it's not a thing that she can just be like, here's luck. It's just like happening constantly.
Yeah.
So once they took it off, that's one-time use kind of thing, right? As opposed to like holding it up and moving it away or any of that kind of stuff. Allegra's was like, it was hit with her power because she doesn't use it all the time.
Right.
She has to direct it somewhere, and then it sent it back and blinded her. But it didn't blind Cecile because it reflects back to the person. That's also why Cecile and no one else was being affected by bad luck. It was just her luck that was being affected back to her.
Right. We get to see more Allegra's powers, which were fun.
I did like the black light eyeball
UV
thing.
light vision.
I thought that was kind of cool. Like,
And a fun way to shoot it.
Yeah.
Just literally put black lights on.
Yeah.
And act like you're seeing it through her eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I thought that was a cool idea. I'm glad that they did that kind of idea.
I like that we're using more of her other than just attacking people.
Sure.
And then leaving. So.
And Cecile struggles with Joe and them leaving.
Which makes sense.
But like Eric said too, it's kind of Spider-Man 2 like doesn't have his powers because he kind of doesn't have balance with himself.
A loss of confidence comes with a loss of ability.
Kind of, yeah. So it's not the first time we've seen that kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, I understand.
But I'm also with you guys. Why aren't we using like the Star Labs resources to get her to and from?
With like the poof, like
Or
that we use. That,
Barry,
maybe
or,
that's
like-
maybe there's a limited quantity.
There's
of
also the
those.
teleporter.
And Barry we couldn't because Barry was gone.
Okay, what about the teleporter?
What teleporter?
Didn't they use a teleporter to get them into, or was that one of those poof
That
things?
was the poof thing. So the poof things, like when they went and got Mark or whatever, and like saved Barry from the treadmill and all that.
Yeah, Barry went to like South America.
Yeah, but he
To get Grodd, right?
poofed or ran.
He poofed because he didn't have any power at that point.
Right.
So
And he had to get it from Grodd.
and then he ran back. Maybe it's like those things have they have a limited amount, right? So like they have
well,
to
they have to create them, yeah.
be picking. Yeah, it's like Last of Us, right? Like, I got these smoke bombs or nail bombs, but I have to make them every time I want to use them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially with how much they use it when they need to. Like, you could easily just throw a line in there of why you can't do it, but it's not a huge deal.
But she also was solving the problem here.
Sure.
And then Barry couldn't take her because Barry was gone somewhere else.
Right, he was on vacation.
So it was just their reasoning. They just needed to say something about the poofers. I don't know what to call those things.
I like poofer.
Poofer? Okay.
Yeah.
Poofer. If they'd have just made a line about the poofer, I think it'd have been fine, right? We'd been like, oh, okay, that's why they can't use a poofer. Barry's gone, so they can't use Barry. She doesn't need to hit this train, you know?
But I do like our ending. Cecile asking Allegra to move in. I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
Allegra needs someone that she can trust. I mean, now she has Chuck, which is good, but like another mom that's an actual mom figure that she can keep around. Like Cecile is good.
The one thing that's kind of weird, though, with it all, I think, is that if they're having a baby shower, I feel like Joe would have been there. But because he's, like, gone now, I assume not going to be back on the show, it just seems weird. For like, well, he's not here because he's over there, 2 hours away. It's like, well, it's like his son and his daughter having a kid. I figured he would be there, you know? So, I don't know.
I don't know. I think this is more of a celebration of the announcement versus an actual baby shower. I didn't see any presents.
Hopefully when they have the baby, he'll be there. If we see that.
Like holding the baby.
Yeah, I want Joe to be there
I
for
hope
the
that they
birth.
recorded those, like forever ago with all the rest of that.
Sure.
That he got
Maybe.
filmed for.
I did like, Eric, you pointed out the flower color schemes of everything was Nora's, like,
excess
colors and stuff. At first when you said it, like, excess colors. And I'm like,
too many?
Where there's more than there should be, or what do you mean? I'm like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
I don't know why I thought that they were twins.
There have been twin speedsters.
Yeah, tornado twins.
Yeah. But I remember Nora talking about Bart being younger than her.
I thought that they were joking because it was like by a couple of minutes or something.
No, it was a couple years, I think.
Well, Q&A's. Gabriel says, hey guys, so Hazard is alive. She was killed by the Thinker as well as the pre-crisis Fiddler. So if some bus metas are alive, what happened to that storyline? Because the Thinker killed all of them to get their powers.
Crisis.
It really doesn't matter.
I love it. You literally, like, we make it as like a joke, like, hey, they can do this. That's what they literally do.
It's literally what they're doing. Crisis just, things are different here and we don't know the whole story. It's the same reason why, like, well, but Supergirl's on our Earth. She had her own Earth. What about all the people that lived there? Crisis. Maybe all those people are dead. Maybe they all moved here. Crisis. I don't know. Exactly. Right? So, there's no reason to think about it too much. Anything before Crisis, anything after Crisis can be as different as pretty much as they want it to be.
Yep. Ross Max says, if Khione isn't a meta or human, then I wonder how the hell her powers work. Question, how are you feeling the direction the show is taking Khione's powers so far and her finding out her powers in this episode? I don't know.
Yeah, so far it's only happened when she's touching Blaine, right? Has she done anything else not in contact with him?
I mean, unless you want to say that her, like, hand up on the window when it started to rain is a thing, because she just made it to snow here.
Sure.
So maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
I don't remember if it started raining when she did that or if it was just raining while she was there.
I get you.
But I'm trying to think of any time that she's kind of made something happen. Like, she's spouted out facts or knew that she was pregnant or something like that, but maybe it's more related.
The pregnancy one.
Yeah.
I'd say is definitely a power.
But maybe it's more of a connection to people and nature. Like, she has no powers of her own.
Yeah.
But it's like triggering off of things that other people have or can do or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she was triggering off of Cecile, so like she's an amplifier.
So like from Heroes, like Hero's friend, that his power was enhancing other people's power.
Oh, Endo.
Endo, yeah.
Endo, I think. Yeah, I think it was Endo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the crimson. Wasn't he like the crimson something?
Yeah, he could do Kamehamehas
at
a certain point.
Maybe it's something like that.
Aww, that poor guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, it's not defined. I don't know. Well, I'm open to it. We'll see.
I was confused. I felt like you were just saying the same thing. Like Heroes. You know, Heroes friend. Like, you just said Heroes like 3 times. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Hero.
Sorry.
Hero not gonna, okay.
I think it's Ando.
I think it's Ando, too.
Yeah.
It sounds right.
It does.
Greytech says, I don't get why we're getting non-Barry-centric episodes in a condensed final season, but beside the point. Do you guys think Cecile's making the right choice to split her time between her super stuff and her kid? And would you make the same choice?
For the Barry thing,
yeah.
I'm assuming that's because it's a holiday, the Ides of March.
I don't think so.
This was for unlucky for one-off?
I think that we have, I don't know, 13 episodes or something. I think you might have like 5 episodes in a pod. It's like you have little ones that you can, here's this. It's kind of in between the main pods kind of starting and stuff, is what I think they're doing.
Yeah, and also they don't shoot episodes like, it takes more than 1 week to shoot an episode. So sometimes when you do that, you can have stories and episodes like this, where this group of characters is off and you're filming, and then separately you can have Barry, Iris, and other people working on the next episode.
Right. Yeah. But then you can use like reasonings like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and whatnot to throw your one-offs onto.
Sure, but I get what you're saying too.
Like,
up. If you're only gonna have 10 episodes, don't waste them. Mm-hmm. It depends on if this is gonna be what this is leading into and what we've gotten.
Sure.
Right? Like if they just did all this, there's nothing built up with Khione.
Yeah.
If the refractor thing or whatever doesn't matter,
well,
is this all gonna be more of like a fillery thing versus like it's progressing where we're going?
I feel like we are building a team. We got Lady Luck, Becky Sharp back on our side. We have Goldface and Combustible Man. Is that his name?
No, I don't think. I don't know what his name is.
Mark Blaine.
But see, you say Goldface, but he also is like selling these weapons and stuff too. And there's also like we need to stop him on that. So it's like there was like a loose alliance, but I don't know how connected they're gonna stay.
But there's still a team for an epic battle at the end.
I don't think we're going that route.
I'm hoping that we're going that route.
I think that was for last time. What was the other part of the question besides Barry?
Cecile.
Cecile, do you think that her choice to split her time between her super stuff and her kid, would you make the same choice? I'm not a parent. I feel like I would say no way.
I mean, I feel like...
No way would you what?
Would I separate my time between... Like, I'm spending a week and then only seeing the kill on the weekends would be tough, I feel like.
I don't know.
And my only frame of reference is, like, my own parents and how weird it would be for me to, like, not see them like 5 days out of a week and then only see them on the weekend. How much that would kind of...
For me, I used to work 16-hour shifts. I would not see my kids at all, and then get to sleep and then have 3 days off to actually spend with my kids. In that situation, we had to, because that was how we made our money, how we could actually provide for our children. So I can completely understand both sides of this argument. I feel like this is something that she needs to do because Joe's no longer working. She has to provide for her family, but also helping protect the city is a benefit.
Sure. No. I mean, I'm not against her doing what she's doing. I think it's a tough decision to make, but I mean, even here, like sometimes when we have like longer streams and stuff or whatnot, like I have weeks where it's like I see my kids 3 times in the week, like in the evenings and then like on the weekends kind of thing, versus like, because usually when I'll get home, like we had a stream yesterday, right? By the time I got home, everyone was asleep.
Yeah. So
I don't see them at all there. So it just depends on what works for them, and as long as they're all happy enough with the situation. But as long I'm glad that Joe's there, because then it gives like this sturdy stability for Jenna.
Jenna.
I don't know. We've seen her so little.
I know.
I've forgotten what her
I'm
name
like,
was.
she has a name.
So no, I think it's a tricky decision to make.
I think it would be tough with it being like indefinite, like it is right now.
Sure.
You know, like because I feel like it would be a hard thing to not know like when it was going to end would be difficult for me.
But at the same
time, and that's just me. I'm not judging anybody that chooses differently. I certainly don't judge Cecile or anything. I just know that I would be weird. I'm weird about a lot of things.
You are. Yeah. You wouldn't have got a duck for no reason.
There's also parents that are separated and co-parents that only see their children on the weekend as well. So
the one thing like I hope that she doesn't feel is like what she was saying, right? Like the idea like because I only see her on the weekends, I'm not going to be her mom anymore. And it's like, well, that doesn't mean that necessarily. Like what you're saying, sometimes parents split. You're seeing them. You might only get them for this week, and then you get them for this week. Yeah. Just because you don't see them for weeks sometimes doesn't mean that you're no longer their parent.
Right.
It's a matter of how much do you actually care for them and what you're trying to do for them and role model wise and all that kind of stuff that she's providing, you know.
And the fact that she even called her, like, you know, to apologize, and then hopefully she can do it this weekend for the 3-day weekend that she's doing to make up. Because I mean, while I worked, there's many times that I missed Christmases, birthdays, Easter, whatever. But, you know, I don't feel like the kids don't feel like I'm their mother anymore.
Sure.
So.
Like we're missing Easter this year.
Yeah, I know.
Logan Britton says, who is another dead character, let's say from this show specifically, instead of the entire Arrowverse, that you would like to be alive because of Crisis and to see in this season? So throughout the history of The Flash, who would you like to see? I mean, I have like certain checklists that I would like to see just for the end of, because it does feel like the Arrowverse is kind of ending with The Flash. But, you know, incepted on The Flash, I mean, it would always be great to see another, you know, glimpse of Wentworth Miller as Leonard Snart.
Or,
did you have one? I was going to say Stein. Like, he died back, you know. So, like, if Crisis could have saved him somehow and brought him back, especially after he had the daughter that he didn't have before and stuff, too, you know, like, there was, like, a connection there that he was building up, and then he died, and it was sad, and I'd love to see him be able to be back with his daughter again, you know? I think that could be a cool one.
The biggest one is Oliver Queen. Like, what if the season ends with something so big that you have to have Spectre help?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Or just bring him Malcolm Merlin
back. Like, you end with, like, the last, I don't know, if there's 13 episodes, you take the last 3 episodes, make it a 3-episode arc. You have to have Oliver Queen back for that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
I just want us to save the legends from
The
jail.
Legends, yeah. I'm like, just bring the Legends back.
But no, Snart would be good to see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I don't, at this point, like, Ronnie and that kind of stuff, like, especially with Caitlin not actually being around anymore and we having Khione.
Sure.
I don't think that's...
We had Ronnie anymore. I mean, we didn't, but...
He's returned twice.
We had the Deathstorm stuff, which I feel like put a good end on that.
Yeah.
Who was the one with Stein? What was his name?
After Ronnie,
Jefferson.
It was
Jefferson. I'd like to see those two come back together. Even though, you know, they never formed up together because of Crisis or something. Just both of them. But I felt like we just saw Jefferson not too long ago, though. When Legends?
He came back for something, yeah. Silent Angel, last one, and it's not a question, just to say, to remind you, there's a break next week.
Oh.
No episode of The Flash.
CW schedule.
Yep.
Dang, I wish it could have been like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, right.
When we're gonna be gone.
We're gonna be in
beginning of
London.
April or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yep.
I'm the Flash. All right, well, thank you for the knowledge of the breaks, because sometimes it's hard to follow what CW does break-wise.
Yep.
So, but we need a poll.
Poll!
Guys, for our poll for this week, we want to know, is there someone you hope to see in this last season of The Flash? This episode, we had Becky Sharp show back up after being killed before, but whether they're dead or not dead, is there someone that you would like to see? And these could be options of someone who has originated from The Flash, or someone who has originated from one of the other Arrowverse shows, and then let us know in the comments on that poll, and we will talk about that next week, or 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Can't wait to hear those responses.
So let us know down in Patreon description. You can find links there, and we'll see you guys next time.
Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of The Flash, engaging in that poll over at Patreon. And also make sure, if there are like spoilers and casts and stuff, please try to keep that out. This is all about just thoughts and desires, looking back on the show, not sneaking ahead and looking forward.
What do you want? You want? It's
2 weeks. Bye-bye.